So apparently the head of Sabre has run into tons of issues that we 40k content creators and writers constantly run into. And that is the casual crowd that jumped onto Space Marine 2 not understanding the universe. Like, we're talking such a misunderstanding that people believe that the Ultramarines are good guys and that the Thousand Sons are the only forces of chaos out there. Which, before anyone gets up in arms, you cannot blame the casual crowd for not deep diving and not knowing. Space Marine 2 was a lot of people's introduction to the universe of Warhammer 40k. Another reason why I don't use lore to describe Warhammer 40k's story, it's not well known enough. And it is very understandable that this being many people's first experience with Warhammer, they get the very wrong idea about it. And think that the smallest faction among the forces of chaos is actually the largest. Not just the largest, but the entirety of chaos. This is the part of the reason why I started focusing my content more in the direction of being an innkeeper and helping newcomers understand the universe. In giving them the need-to-know information so that way they know about stuff that their friends would be deep diving about. Or getting them started on topics that they would be interested in deep diving in, or, actually engaging with. Which was part of my criticism of Space Marine 2. Now again, Space Marine 2 is a very fun game. But what Space Marine 2 lacked is a way to give newcomers a way to learn about the universe in a very easy way. When you tie fluff bits to unlocking items in war gear, no one's going to give a shit about reading those paragraphs. They're just going to hit the button, unlock the gear, and walk away from it. As well as there being no way to differentiate that all these different chapters in Chaos Warbands are all different from one another. Ironically, this is the same kind of scenario that happened in Horus Rising, where a group that the Imperium was trying to talk to didn't understand the different Legion designations. And where that group of people thought the word bearers were sons of Horus. This was inevitably going to happen. And trust me, I too get the frustration. Especially when emotions get high and people don't like being wrong or feeling lied to. Even though Sabre wasn't lying or misconstruing everything, they just didn't give the new players the context they needed. Which probably comes down to they didn't want to overwhelm newcomers. Which if that was the case, that's a fair point. But there should have been easier ways to, get that information. But yeah, the Thousand Sons are not the only Chaos faction out there, and the Ultramarines, being in blue armor and being the protagonists of Space Marine 1 and 2, does not make them the good guys. There are no good factions or sub-factions within 40k. In Space Marine 2, you're just playing as the poster boys, who are the least asshole-ish chapter out there. Share my channel around, help these people out.